Wow, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we are going to be doing Saturn in the sign of Libra on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in the park. And of course, if I didn't do this, you guys were gonna have the most amazing and the most massive PMS of all time, because I've already made the video of exalted Saturn. But again, if I don't, then you guys are just gonna be, yes, bitching at me all day long. So saving myself from that and making this video. Yeah. And what happens when Saturn is in the sign of Libra in your horoscope? Well, Saturn is, as you know, exalted in the sign of Libra, where Sun is debilitated in the sign of Libra, and Saturn is debilitated in the sign of Aries. Why? Because Libra represents the marketplace. It represents business. It represents dealing with all kinds of people, dealing with thugs, dealing with mafia, dealing with good people, rich people, poor people, all kinds of people. Where the king, when the Sun is exalted in Aries, doesn't want to come down to Libra and deal with people. He will send people to deal with them. He will send Mars, he will send Mercury to deal with the people. And this is why Saturn is debilitated, because he comes into the marketplace where nobody really cares for him. Everybody's busy making money, dealing and making agreements. This is where Saturn is exalted, because Saturn is that social planet that knows how to deal with all types of people, and he's able to respect all the people at the equal level. He's about uplifting poor people who are trying to do business, who are trying to make a deal to make a living. He wants to uplift the social privilege in societies. Okay, and so Libra represents a business place. It represents also designing and creativity. It represents, creating something artistic. It's about relationship. Libra is about relationships. It's about union, because it originally represents the 7th house of the zodiac belt, which is about marriage and legal partnerships. So Libra is all about going out there and mingling with people and creating all sorts of relationships. They cannot be without relationships, okay, especially when Libra is the ascendant. Okay, so what is Saturn? Saturn is boundaries, restriction, it's discipline, organization. It represents fear and an anxiety in your life. But when it's in the sign of Libra, it's a lot calmer, because it's exalted. It's at its most highest dignity. So Saturn comes into the marketplace and he loves to deal with people. He loves to make deals, make contracts. He loves to know how do people trade things. This is why Libra Saturn makes some of the best businessmen out there. They know how to make a deal. Why? Because they give the most fair deal to their partner. They give the most fair deal to their client. This is why Saturn feels that, you know what, I am out here, I'm going to make the best of things, and I am going to uplift everyone through my business dealing. Because Saturn is about uplifting society, uplifting the unprivileged people, helping the sick, helping the poor, helping the handicapped, helping the older people who cannot take care of themselves. So Saturn feels that when I'm in Libra and I have the maximum strength, I want everybody to live a middle class life, like the forefathers of the United States really set out to do. Like, we're going to have a middle class society, not a poor to rich, which it has become now, but they wanted a middle class society, and that's what Saturn wants in Libra. He wants everybody to enjoy life. He doesn't care if somebody has more money, he's okay with that. But he's like, I don't want to see what's happening in Uganda and Africa, where either you have complete poor people who are living in $1 a day to where people who are living on $10,000 a day. He doesn't like that. So in Libra, he's very fair when he's able to make agreements. He's very fair when he's able to, do business partnerships, when he's able to do trading with people. And especially in the business of oil and steel and iron and coal, and a business related to Libra, like women garments, designing clothing, designing things. They're very good at that, and they want to bring these things out to people, and they want to make products related to these things. And so this way they can uplift the societies, And Saturn, do not think that Saturn is like that planet that is going to be a happy-go-lucky in Libra. No. It's not like Jupiter in Cancer. He's all happy and emotional and relates to people like motherly love. No. Saturn, when he comes to Libra, he doesn't become like Venus. You got to look at the nakshatra placement of Saturn to see how he's acting like. But in Libra, he just feels balanced. He's very serious, but he's balanced. So when Saturn in Libra makes a business deal, he'll be very serious. He'll be disciplined and organized with all his contracts. And he will look at you in the eye. He said, look, this is what I want and this is what I'll give to you. It's a fair deal. I'm not going to cheat you, but this is what I want. And they're very serious about these things. Even in business partnership and marriage, they're very serious about that. Like they do not just want to go with any kind of business partnership. They do not want to just get married to somebody out of nowhere. They want to make sure that who I'm going to be marrying or who I'm going to be making a business partnership with, they're going to stay there for a long haul, and they're going to stay there for something valuable. They don't want to just create money. Saturn in Libra is at one position that they don't care about money. They want to uplift people. They want to make business deals, and they want to feel like they made a change into the world. They made a change into the society. And if they get money out of that, that's cool. But if they don't care. And the best example of it would be Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Both had exalted Saturn. Both wanted to change the world. Both wanted to uplift societies through their products. And if you know, Saturn in Libra makes a person a philanthropist. And guess what? Bill Gates was a philanthropist. He became a philanthropist. He opened up charity organizations, including Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs also opened up charities to help other people, but obviously it wasn't as big of a deal because Bill Gates announced he's going to give more than half of his income away, or all 80% of the income away to the unprivileged people. So people took that more as a privilege, more important of a news, where Steve Jobs didn't want to do that. He just wanted to open up charity organizations, and he has, but people don't pay attention to them. But both did that, yet both never cared about the money more than the product, more than the software, more than Macintosh. They wanted to have a computer in every home. They wanted to have their softwares and at a very cheap and reasonable price so where people can afford it. They don't want it to be for the privileged people. They always wanted everybody to enjoy their products, and they wanted to bring a change into the world. So Saturn Libra is at best personified by these two people, is to fair dealing and bringing a change into society through fair and balance. And this is why Saturn in Libra makes some of the best judges, because they're able to fairly deal with, balancing the fairness of the law. So lawyers and judges are seen from this, but most of all, businessmen. When Saturn is in Libra, you doing business is the most amazing thing that you will enjoy in life, because you love dealing with all kinds of people. You love making deals. It's just something about you that you love making deals. So besides the law, besides working and balancing the law and order, you also want to, bring changes into society. And you're one of those people who just don't care for the money. You want to just make things happen. So when you die, your soul can feel like, yes, because of me today, I have changed this. And so because of Steve Jobs, we have our smartphones. Because of Bill Gates, we have our windows in most of the houses in the world. And there are many other Libra people out there who have brought changes into society, but mainly it's their ability to form long-term relationships and try to uplift the relationship to a higher plateau. This is why when Saturn is in Libra in the 7th house, these people have the most stable marriages. It may not be the most romantic marriages, like it may not be like, filled with romance and that lovey-dovey thing. No, it'll be a very stable, it'll be a very balanced and fair marriage or a union. They'll take care of their spouse in the most fairest way, and they will expect the same. So wherever Saturn goes, Saturn would want to bring fairness into that house. Saturn would want to bring balance into that house. And this is the most beautiful thing about Saturn, is that it's not like any other planet, because when other planets are exalted, they have this way of trying to gain something, gain value or gain like valuable goods from their placements. Where Saturn is more like he wants to give it away. Saturn feels like, I want to accumulate wealth so I can give it away. So I can help the social unprivileged and injustice into my society and bring some sort of a balance into it. All right, so guys, this is my analysis of Saturn in the sign of Libra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below, and if you want to know where your Saturn is placed and what conjunctions it's having and what aspects it's receiving, check out the links below in the description section, and check out my books there, Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.